The importance of having clean, decent recordings going into the box cannot be overemphasized. Even if we decided to write, sing, and release songs about getting it right at the recording stage, it still wouldn't be said enough. In a world where some uninformed artists go as far as holding condenser microphones in their hands during recording, there's nothing we haven't seen. There's so much recording ignorance and misinformation out there. One of the reasons why you need to get it right at the recording stage is because it makes every other stage much easier. Today on Making Music with Akurios, we're talking about how clean, decent recordings contribute to a quick and easier mix. And that's what's coming up. Hey, I'm Akurios and you're welcome to Making Music with Akurios. And today we're talking about how having clean, decent, spotless recordings can greatly impact on your ability to get a quick and easy mix. When your tracking is done at a decent level and there are no clicks, pops, noises, and exaggerated humming sounds like from the air conditioner, it's easier to get that particular signal to the point you want it to be at the mix. For starters, your processors will receive and accommodate these signals much better. Today, we're going to be looking at some audio signals and how they respond to certain processors simply because they are at the right level and in the right state that they ought to be at. But before we go in, if this is the first time you're seeing me, my name is Akurios and you're welcome to Making Music with Akurios. So on this show, we cover recording, editing, mixing, mastering, and everything that has to do with making music in a recording studio. If you are interested in all that, go ahead and tap that subscribe button, subscribe to the channel, and also tap the notifications bell so that you're notified every single time there's new content on this channel or there's a new episode of Making Music with Akurios. Now let's head right into this mix and see what we have going on. Okay, so we're here in Pro Tools. This is a song that's coming out soon. You're going to hear it very soon. And a beautiful song. Okay, so the first thing I want you to notice is this lead vocal track. As you all know, my lead vocal tracks are always this shade of green. That's it right there, lead vox. That's the shade of green. I like it. I like an organized session. It helps the mix a whole lot. Okay, all right, now so it looks very nice and even. You can see just by looking at it that the recording, the tracking was done well. And if you want to learn more about recording vocals decently and properly, there's a video on this channel. I'm going to leave a link to that particular video in the descriptions of this video so you can check it out after watching this, because you really need to know the steps to take. The microphone proximity, the pop shield techniques, and all that goes into getting fantastic vocal recordings. All the way from your signal chain, setting your gain levels, and all that. That's all in the video. And I've already done all the cleanup on this particular vocal track. Actually, in the future, I'm going to be doing a video very soon on how I personally clean up my vocal tracks, whether it's lead vocal or background vocal. And let me know in the comment sections how soon you want to see that video. How I take out all the sibilants, how I do all the editing, how I do my clip gain and all that, how I take out the nasty frequencies too. I'm going to do a video on that and show you every single thing. So let me know how soon you want to see that video. So if you listen from this section here,
I say my God will surely keep you till the day that we will see again.
Okay, so there's some processing on the lead vocal and we'll just go in there. If I decide to solo it and disable the processing, every single thing.
Yeah. I say my God will surely keep you till the day that we will see again.
Okay, so that's a clean sounding recording. I recorded it right here in the studio, and if you can't tell by now, that's actually my voice. So the first thing I want to talk about is the gain. Now, the gain has to be done properly. While you're recording, your levels have to be done properly so that your plugins can receive the signal well. Now, it has to be at a certain decibel range that will allow a processor like, say, a compressor actually, receive it well and accommodate it well, so that you can have the best results possible. So if I engage that compressor here,
yeah, I say my God will surely keep you till the day that we will see again.
Now you can see my settings. Input is basically almost default, and then the output is just boosted a tad right there. The attack is slowest because you want your compressor attack for lead vocals to be very slow, especially when you're dealing with a very fast compressor like the 1176. Now the release, on the other hand, is quite fast because I don't want it to still be clamping down the lead vocal while another section or another ad lib is coming in. Now, if I take it to this section here, I'll show you what I mean.
Color to my life, I thank God.
Now you can see how my life part ends, and then immediately there's I thank God. Now you don't want the compressor to still be active, holding down that tail while this section commences. Now it's still going to be holding it. So if I decide to, speed up the compressor, slow down the release setting, you're going to hear this.
Color to my life, I thank God.
So it clamps that down a little bit. So I need it to be faster so that it lets go of the signal before this guy comes in, so that it's fast enough to allow that transient make its way out of the compressor rather. So talking about the levels, if this section, for example, was, say, if it came in too loud here,
color to my life, I thank God.
Now it's introducing some other artifacts in the vocals that I don't want to be boosted by the compressor. So it's making the compressor act in a different way. It's making it handle the content, the frequency content, and every single sound, every single nuance in that recording a different way, because the volume, the gain is too much. It's too hot going into the compressor. So you want the gain set evenly so that what you have will be received by the compressor, for example, and treated well. Okay, now another thing I'll show you is the EQ. Now here we have an EQ that I'm not doing much. Okay, you can see I just rolled off some of the low end, that's around 90 hertz, just rolling it off, boosting a little of 170, and then a high shelf, just a tad, that's around 2.3 dBs, around 5.4 kilohertz. So there's not much I'm doing, and there's not much corrective EQing that's going to be going on. That you're not going to be battling with too many EQs when your recording is clean in the first place. And I'll show you what I mean, because here I have an F6, and by the way, I'm just going to point this out. I hardly take out frequencies from my lead vocals permanently. What I mean is I hardly take a regular EQ and just cut out frequencies, even though those frequencies may be nasty. I'm not going to just take out the frequencies permanently throughout the song so that you never hear it throughout the song. No, rather I'm going to use an F6 or a similar dynamic EQ that's going to help me just take out those frequencies per time, acting like a compressor on those particular frequency bands or those particular frequencies if you actually spot on. So if we listen to this now, if we engage this and listen.
Color to my life, I thank God.
So I noticed that there's something that happens. This is natural. It has nothing to do with the room. Sometimes you have some ringing in the voice. Sometimes you have a certain overtone, a certain harmonic, a certain frequency that is just poking through from the singer's voice. Now it varies from person to person due to the diameter of the windpipe, due to the state or the conditions of the resonators and the actual vocal cords. So you can have some ringing that you don't like or doesn't suit the song or could be offensive. Okay, or maybe you're just taking it out so that it can make room for some other element of the mix. So I'd rather use a dynamic EQ that doesn't do a permanent takeaway of that particular frequency, and that's what I'm doing here. Okay, so and then sometimes you may want to boost some other frequencies, and I like to use the Slate Digital Fresh Air to do some boosts in the high end, add some, high frequency excitement that will not introduce some unpleasant things. Now, because if the recording was done wrong, now using this would be quite impossible. And I have it here. I'm just going to engage it and listen.
We'll surely keep you till the day that we will see again.
Okay, so that's what we have going on, and I just have it at 3. But you notice that this has enhanced or boosted some of the sibilance, which I need to point out here that I haven't manually taken out. Okay, so every sibilance you hear is the sibilance that came with the recording as it is. And I've engaged the compressor, I've engaged the EQ, I've engaged the exciter, I've engaged the F6. Okay, so now I'm going to engage the de-esser, and we'll listen to that same section again with everything.
We'll surely keep you till the day that we will see again.
Okay, so now that's not doing much. The de-esser is not doing much. I have just one de-esser. Okay, that's just minus 22. You need to apply some of the techniques that are required to get your vocals sounding almost finished, as good as possible before you start applying all these processors, because all the processors will happily receive the vocals, or it could be any other kind of instrument, any element of the mix. I got to the point where I was a little bit satisfied with what I was hearing in under 3 hours. And that's because the recordings, generally speaking, were done well. So when we start to engage some of the effects, we can now hear, I have a doubler here. The doubler doubles, like a chorus effect. It doubles the signal, and you can, bring in as much of that doubled signal as you want via a send. I have another video talking about, organizing your tracks on this channel, and I'm going to put the link to that video in the descriptions of this video, or I'll just, leave the card up on the screen towards the end of this video so you can watch them after watching this one. Okay, so if we engage that.
God bless you, my God will surely keep you and preserve you till the day that we will see again.
All right, so now if we bring in the delay.
God bless you, my God will surely keep you and preserve you till the day that we will see again.
Okay, so another delay. I have this other, super tapper delay left and right.
God bless you, my God will surely keep you and preserve you till the day that we will see again.
Okay, and then reverb.
God bless you, my God will surely keep you and preserve you till the day that we will see again.
Now let me mention something about the reverb. Okay, now if you have a poor recording, if you have a poor room, a poorly treated room, and you're recording your vocals in a poorly treated room, you're going to record the room sound. If you apply the reverb on that kind of recording, you're going to have a reverberation on all those nasty sounds. So the reverb is going to work against your mix instead of working for your mix. Okay, so that's why it's important to record at the best position in your room. If you have a room, maybe you don't have a vocal booth, just practice by trial and error. Look for the best spot that gives you the best quality recording. So here we have.
Waiting I for do is say I know you before.
All right, so we have that going into EQs. All I'm doing on each channel is just high pass filter. That's all I'm doing. Just high pass filter to reduce the energy of each of the channels. And then we have VMR doing a couple of things, slate VMR. I have some de-esser too. I have some fresh air also, and then some F6, taking out some frequencies. Not taking them out, like I said, just as a dynamic EQ, pushing them down momentarily at different points of the mix.
Waiting I for do is say I know you before.
And so a clean recording gives you a clean, quick mix. You're going to mix faster and you're going to mix better when your recordings are clean. All right? It cannot be overemphasized. And if we just listen to the entire mix, maybe from this point here.
God bless you. My God will surely keep you and preserve you till the day that we will see again. Whoa, our dreams will come true. Our dreams will surely come true. His favor is upon you, you and I say my God will surely.
Okay, so even when you have the lead singer singing out with force and pitching, you don't have nasty frequencies all over the place. And even if you need to take out something, it would be just a little here and there. All right, I hope that was helpful. And if it was, go ahead and tap the like button. Give me a thumbs up so more people can find this content like I usually say. And if you've not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and tap that subscribe button and also tap the notifications bell so that you're notified every time there's new content and every time there's a new episode of Making Music with Akurios. Now, like I said, go ahead and tap any of these videos on your screen. The one about organizing your sessions for a better, quicker mix, and the one about recording decent vocals. These are powerful resources that will help your music production journey and your mixing workflow. Okay, so till next time when we see again, I'm Akurios and I'm out.